Today we're gonna make salt paintings. So I'm gonna make my own watercolors. If you have watercolors at home, you can use your watercolors. For make your own watercolors, all you need is a little bit of water and whatever color food dyes you want. I have school glue. Any type of glue is fine as long as it's school glue. But it can be any brand. Salt, and I just have the Morton salt. A bucket to dump the salt in, a paintbrush, and then some paper towels, piece of paper, and a pencil. I've made two colors already of the watercolor, purple and orange. I'm also going to make pink and teal to show you how to do it. I have just a little bit of water in my container, and you could use a muffin tin for this if you wanted to, it would work fine. Mix it. And the nice thing is that if you put it in a container that you can save these watercolors and use them for other things. So they're not going to waste. You don't have to do one project with it and stop. You could watercolor regularly with them until they run out. Teal. So I have purple, orange, pink, and teal for my colors. Now, on your paper, you can draw whatever you want. I'm just going to do a simple heart design. And I'm going to overlap my hearts. And I'm going to do some by themselves. I'm going to do some swirls, fill it in. Put a little heart there. And then what you do, you take the glue. I suggest you start at the top and work your way down, because if you start at the bottom and work your way up, you drag your arm through. So I'm going to start all the way at the top. And trace all my pencil with glue. And if you're in 3rd or 4th grade, you've done this before, trace projects with glue. So you should know how to do this. If you're in the younger grades, you may need a little assistance, but that's okay. If you get off the line, that's okay as well. After it dries, you could probably erase those pencil lines. I wouldn't do that until after the whole thing dries though. After the whole thing dries, you could also take the watercolor and watercolor the background. If you wanted more colors on it in the background, I would wait till after it dries to do that as well. Okay, so now I have everything traced. Now the next thing I have to do is shake some salt on my paper. And I don't need to shake all the way to the edge, because when I put it over the bucket, I'll be able to move the salt a little bit. So I pick up the paper, move my bucket, and then I can move the paper with the salt to the areas that may not have gotten covered. And I'm not wasting the salt, I'm just going to keep going until it's all covered. And you could have a parent help you make sure it's covered before you try to paint on it. Now, if you have any spots that look like they're not covered, if you put all the salt in the corner, You can take your finger and sprinkle it on, like that spot was not covered. This spot over here is not covered. And I'm gonna take it off. Okay, so now I have my glue outlines with my salt. So you just dip in the color that you want, and when you tap on it, it fills in without going off of the outline. And I just chose purple. You could do half the heart one color, you could do half the heart the other color. You may not have even done hearts. So if I wanted to change my colors, I suggest you just dry your brush. Don't rinse it in more water, because if you keep watering and going back in there, eventually your watercolors are going to get watered down. So you should just dry the brush. So this turned out orange. Interesting. So I dry the brush again, and I pick a different color. You can see how it just soaks it right up. I'm gonna finish this heart. I'm gonna do those two hearts, and then I'll finish mine, and then post the video at the end of the picture at the end of the video. And you notice you don't even have to paint. You just kind of drop it down and it goes. You could also use an eyedropper for this, or a medicine dropper would work. If you didn't have a paintbrush, you could use Q-tips. Like I said, once it dries, you can erase those pencil lines if you can get into them to get them, or you can just leave them, or you could even watercolor paint your background. And for watercolor paint in the background, works just like watercolor, the dyed water. Thank you.